My family and I are in Puerto Vallarta, well, a little outside of Puerto Vallarta for Christmas. It's Christmas Day, so we're just gonna go hang out at the beach. We'll have dinner here tonight. But I finally made it. I got in last night at like 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. I had an insane day of travel. An insane couple of days of travel. It has been a miracle that I even got here, but we were supposed to all come on Monday, the 23rd. I didn't make the flight. We got to the airport a little bit too late. I needed to check a bag, the rest of my family didn't. It was too late to check a bag, whole thing, but they're like, well, we'll just get you on the flight for tomorrow morning. I was like, that's fine. So they went ahead and like that was fine because my dad had to get like the Airbnb, the car rental, everything. So honestly, I wasn't gonna miss out too much. It was kind of like that first day of where you're like getting settled in that I missed out on, which it's a lot of work, so wasn't mad about that. Anyway, so they booked me for a flight on Christmas Eve. My original itinerary was supposed to leave from St. Louis at 5:21, get to DFW, had a quick connection, leave DFW around 8:45, 9-ish, I think, and then get into Puerto Vallarta at 11. And then American had a nationwide computer outage. So I boarded the flight from St. Louis. We're all sitting on the flight, like ready to take off, and they like announce over the intercom. They're like, we're currently estimating this to be like a 90-minute delay, but like we don't know. All computer systems nationwide are just down. And then they're like, we know a lot of people have like connecting flights, but you know, this is affecting us nationwide, so we're likely gonna have delays in all of those flights. So kind of gave us like some reassurance that if you had a connection, you were probably maybe still gonna make it, because that was also probably gonna get delayed. Anyway, we finally took off a little after 7, so it was like a full 90-minute delay, so they were right on with that. But just wasn't sure when we landed, like if I was gonna make my connection, if my connection was gonna be delayed, like what was gonna happen. So landed, when I turned my phone back on, my dad had texted and American like automatically rebooked me for the next flight because I had missed my connection. So second flight was supposed to get in a little bit around like 1 o'clock, I think. And then that's when we just started experiencing like delays, like just everything was so backed up. I was like next to so many people that like just every single flight was getting delayed, gates were changing, like it was just a whole thing. Then we were supposed to start boarding, and I think we were supposed to at that point get in at around 4, I think we were supposed to start boarding around like 2. I don't know, something like that. And then they announced over the intercom that like, hey, we're gonna hold off on boarding. We don't have a captain right now. He's currently in San Antonio. We're not sure if they're gonna like find us a new captain or what's gonna happen. So it was just a lot of back and forth, a lot of unknown, but finally boarded the plane around, was it 4 o'clock-ish? Or a little bit before 5, I don't know, something like that. And then finally got in at like 7:30. So just a lot of delays, a lot of like crazy things happening, but I made it. Okay, I moved you over a little bit so I could do my makeup. There's a mirror now. But finally made it. We went and grabbed just like a little bite to eat last night. But like, not everything was open because it's Christmas Eve. So anyway, grabbed a little bite to eat, came back here. I was exhausted because I had gotten up at 3 a.m. for my original flight. So I was very much ready for bed. Got up here, I was unpacking my things, and that's when I realized that my suitcase had been out in the rain the entire time I was stuck at DFW. It was raining and storming like the whole time I was at DFW, so like that was also not helping the delays and things. I think all of our bags literally had been sitting just in the rain the entire time because I opened up my bag and my clothes were seriously soaking wet. Luckily, like that's like mostly what was in there, like nothing in there got ruined. But I like had to go around, I was like hanging up all my clothes. I put some stuff like in the dryer so I would have a fresh pair of like pajamas to wear after the shower. I washed two things because one of my skirts looked like it bled, or it was a white skirt, it looked like something else had like bled on it because it got wet. But I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. The delays were fine. Like I understand like that's not really anything anyone can control. You know, there was a lot of people around me that were like complaining and trying to get vouchers and this and that. Sorry, the camera keeps moving. But there were like so many people around me complaining, trying to get vouchers, like just really, and I was like, it's fine, I get it. Like we're traveling on Christmas Eve, like. But anyway, I am just not one to like complain. I know that the delays were like not anyone's fault. Honestly, all of the American workers that I like talked to and dealt with were super, super friendly, super helpful. So like not blaming this on anyone, but I will say though, the bags being wet and like sitting out in the rain the entire time I was at DFW, like that's something that was avoidable. Like they could have put the bags elsewhere and like made sure that they were like safe and not rained on. And so that was just kind of disappointing when I like finally arrived here, that all my stuff had been sitting in the rain. But like I said, nothing's like fully damaged or anything. There was no like electronics or anything in my checked bag, so all good. But like, anyway, just a chaotic day of travel, but I made it. We're here. It's Christmas Day, so we are going to be heading to the beach. But anyway, sorry for the long intro, but welcome to the vlog. Good morning. It's the day after Christmas and we are getting ready to head out. We're doing like a paddleboarding excursion. It's like paddleboarding and then we'll go snorkeling for a little bit. So it's early though. We need to leave like right now. So it's about an hour drive to get there. It starts at 8:30. I don't know how much I'll be able to vlog because we're gonna be in the water. And I meant to buy one of those like things I could kind of hang around my neck to like safely keep my phone, but I didn't have time. So anyway, but that's what we're doing today. And then I've got a dinner reservation tonight at a restaurant that I picked out that I think looks really good, and it's on the beach. So fingers crossed we can get like a seat on the beach, but let's go. We're not making it to the reservation that I had at 6. I pushed it back to 7, but anyway, we're finding a new place for dinner. I really want to go to this restaurant though at some point. We're running out of time, but anyway, no big deal. Finding a new place for dinner. The tour guide did take videos though, so hopefully I can insert them. We got to see like humpback whales while we were out paddleboarding. It was really, really cool. So that was so much fun. And then we had lunch like downtown Puerto Vallarta, where the initial like pickup point was. And then we walked around and we saw, okay, I don't know the name of the bridge, but there's like a little bridge. It was like Elizabeth Taylor's home way back when, and one of her like husbands, they had like a bridge connecting their two homes. So we got to see that. And we went up to this like lookout point, and it just took a little bit too long. So that's what made us late. But anyway, we're gonna go find a place to eat dinner. And yeah, I'm exhausted. We have done like a lot of physical activity. The paddle boarding was a lot of work. My legs were like literally shaking on the paddleboard. And then like walking around Puerto Vallarta and getting up to the lookout point, it literally was like, I feel like a 90-degree like straight incline upwards. It was a lot, but so I'm tired and ready to eat like a big hearty dinner. So, and we stopped and did a tequila tasting too somewhere. So that was fun. But anyway, I'm like kind of exhausted, but also really, really hungry. So we're gonna go eat. Full day here in Mexico. We all got to sleep in a little bit this morning. We wanted to try and get some sun before we left for the day, but our little patio with the pool doesn't really get sun until like noon. But we are heading to a tequila distillery today to do some like tequila tasting. We're gonna try to grab a bite before we go, but it's like an hour drive that way. Anyway, I really love my outfit today. This top I got from Rent the Runway. So love this, and this little skirt is cotton on, but So I'm gonna put my hair up too, but just because I feel like it's a lot, this top with my hair down, but it's not totally dry at the end. So since we have an hour drive there, I figure I'll just leave it down to let it kind of air dry. And then I'll put it up when we get a little bit closer. But that's the fit for today. Here.
So we put all of that juice and that fiber into this, the bottom of this distillery. Most tequila producers will not even ferment it.